Because I do have clients that are seriously in need of these dogs.
Service dog SHAM. Many people use a service dog, says it's been harder lately to have one in public places. Many states are tightening the leash on people who pose their pet dog as a service animal. News 4's Shannon Smith looked into this tonight. She's here to tell us what's being done to prevent it. Shannon?
Here's the problem, Don. There is no uniform nationwide certification or registration process for legit service animals. But unfortunately, that just makes it that much easier for anyone to pass their pet dog off as one. All it takes is a quick search on the internet, and in minutes, anyone can buy a service vest for their dog.
That is a big serious problem, especially for the people that are in need. It's actually unfortunate because they are the ones leading to all the issues with all these other establishments.
It's something Jay Adams, who trains service dogs, says he sees far too often. A person in a store with their dog that's not a service animal. Adams says people can even pay about $100 for false service dog paperwork online.
It's a true shame because I do have clients that are seriously in need of these dogs, whether it's epileptic or autism or PTSD.
He's watching out for me, like he's doing right now. He sees somebody over there, so he's looking at him, making sure that everything's cool. And that's his job. That's what he does.
State lawmakers want to tighten the leash on imposters. A proposed bill in the state Senate would punish anyone caught faking their service dog. They'd have to perform community service for an organization that serves individuals with disabilities or pay a $500 fine.
Don't bring your house pet to Home Depot, Kmart, or anywhere else. You're making it very hard for people like me and other people who have service dogs. You're really giving us a bad name.
Some service dogs can require up to a year of training with a certified specialist. They aren't required to wear a service vest or patch, but RUZBACKI says there are other ways to spot a fake by its behavior in public.
Is when people bring in Spot or Fluffy or whatever and claim it's a service dog, and the dog is choking on its leash and nipping at people or barking. Service dogs don't do that.
Many airlines are also cracking down on those who try to abuse their service dog policy. About 12 states, including Colorado, Maine, and Michigan, have all signed laws making it illegal for people to misrepresent their dog as a service animal. Now, under those laws, offenders could face fines up to $250. Shannon Smith, News 4.